Needed an extended breather after that first map, but yeah, we're ready to get into Nuke. ViCi up one map over ViCi. If they can win this one, they move on to the Legends stage of IEM Katowice. Almond with the opening pick, and we saw this the other day. ViCi against Greyhound, they only managed 2 rounds on their T side. But obviously feeling confident in Nuke at the very least.
Sure, I mean, we've seen very CT-centric maps.
Oh.
When it comes to Nuke, Freeman, though, he's able to rummage together a couple of beautiful headshots, and Orman's going to join him. Great news for ViCi. After a heartbreaking loss on Inferno, they at least start things off on Nuke in the best possible way with that pistol win.
Yeah, it's pretty nice. Couple open map kills. Freeman, very nice job holding ramp just with the USP. And that one hurts. We've seen how much teams can get bogged down on Nuke. Obviously, that T side, you really want the pistol to give you some kind of breathing room, some kind of an advantage in the early stages of this match. But ViCi's going to kick things off.
Some dual Berettas I can see out the corner of my eye there. Advent has them. I'm not sure if that was a misbuy.
I'm a big fan of the dual Berettas, so I'm fine with it. Fine with everything that he's brought to the table. Ooh, this could be fun. This could be spicy. Freeman, he's got 3. He's going to go for his 4th, but Allman bails him out. He does the damage. Just sat behind the smoke. Ready for those kills, and he gets enough of them. A lot of money built up as well. That brings Freeman's ADR in 2 rounds up to 294. So that's pretty cool.
Not bad. Not bad at all. I loved how he actually spun there. His aim was on a pivot, constantly back and forth like a turret. Very nicely done. Of course, not against armor, so the MP9 is a lot more strong, but you can see there, back and forth, back and forth.
Yeah, it's just one stray bullet to the head, and you get a kill out of it, so why not just be wild? Here we go, AK's in the hands of Vitality now. Molotov to slow down the door attack. Apex is going to try and get through it. He's being spammed as well. We saw him do this a number of times to Greyhound on Nuke. He had some success with it. Some rounds it was a little bit lackluster, but vary the way you attack this. Is Allman going to be ready for it? Yes, he is. A headshot that wasn't necessarily needed. Apex had a lot of damage done to him already, but another man advantage for ViCi. Given right back by Freeman. Feeling a little bit overconfident due to his Glock kills.
Leaves it up for debate. Kaze finds MBK, peeking one too many times, and the second player there, RPK, doesn't follow behind him.
Look at this play. This is an aggressive position, and he effectively cuts off the upper bomb site for access. The defenders in the upper bomb site don't even need to watch Hut anymore. That is sick, and RPK has no idea. The freest of all kills that he'll probably get in this game, and all you can really hope for if you're Vitality now is some damage to be done, and it's on Alex's shoulders. 2 versus 3, it's actually still possible, but 3 men lined up in the lobby for ViCi is going to make this tough to recover the bomb.
Yeah, the tight angles with the bomb down is always going to be a rough ask with just 30 seconds. They can't rotate someone around T-spawn and maybe get around the back of them. This is looking very likely that ViCi will pick up their 3rd round. ZywOo's going to have to tee off once again. Really woke up towards the end of Inferno. No second kill will be forthcoming. Double peak from ViCi. He's going to yield a 3-0 lead.
Yeah, damage not good enough there. So much cash built up. Vitality going to be forced into a half-buy situation. They have a 3-round losing bonus. As ViCi have won the first 3 rounds of this half. They'll be fine with rifles in the next round no matter what occurs here. Not overspending. I guess the question to look out for at the moment is ZywOo going to bring this AWP to bear on the T side here. It was on point on Inferno.
Again, we've seen the power of the orgs on Nuke, outside, on ramp. Kaze doesn't do as much damage as I was anticipating, only to Alex, and just chips him away. So Vitality have managed to get downstairs, but Allman is waiting with his AK-47. Bombs dropped again. Smoke's not ideal, but the fact that he's already thinned out 2 players is going to make this a lot more manageable for Allman to hold even longer.
Worried about Vent as well. NBK hasn't gotten in there just yet. Now a crossfire set up on those stairs downstairs. NBK spots his shoulder, gets the dink, gets the kill. Is he ready for choking? Kind of, but can't convert that. And Alex able to get 1 more for his troubles. A chance for a second, but Freeman's going to keep up the pressure. 3 players survive for ViCi now at a 4-0 lead.
Similar start to Inferno. Of course, this time they're going to have to keep the pace applied. Not allow Vitality to get anywhere near a stable economy. But of course, being on the T side and round loss bonus coming out of the neck at this stage, they're going to be able to get full AK-47s.
No, but remember as well, this is kind of what happened on Inferno. Vitality out to a slow start. They're at least able to do some economic damage. Here on Nuke, it's a very similar situation. We see what happens to T-sides when the counter-terrorists have all the Molotovs and smokes and nades that they need to just keep these choke points blocked off. And Vitality, again, is going to have to do it the hard way. Not only you're going to have to win multiple rounds in a row against a defense that has everything they need to recover from a single loss.
Smoke being deployed outside to try and keep some of these CTs interested. But Vitality, for the meanwhile, are making moves on the ramp side of the map. While PK is just going to make sure that Zoking can't get himself into position again through Squeaky alongside MBK. And silence falls upon the battlefield. Nobody taking the initiative just yet, waiting, pondering, hoping that ViCi will make a mistake.
It almost feels like Zaiwu wants to take a peek over here towards ramp room, but he's got the bomb, so this is a fake. Trying to pull some counter nades out, trying to pull a rotation towards the upper bomb site, make sure that second player can't rotate down ladder. A smart Molotov, I'm assuming, by Freeman to slow down this hit. But he is going to be all on his own. The ult might be enough to get him one. NBK and Alex going to do some work, and that makes Freeman second guess his decision, his angle. And actually, it's just a wipe all across the map. Alex spots out the last player, takes a dink, but Vitality has complete control of the map. That is a very nice round.
Yeah, it was slow, a bit laboured, but they got the job done. One player in ramp not able to fend off the aggressors. Bomb planted. Alman would love to just save the AK at this stage, not only because Advent's on $450, but of course the AK on the CT side is always a welcome bonus.
That hit on upper, the nades that are used is just kind of to make sure that that player who's the ramp rotator either stays above the ladder or just, you know, doesn't want to rotate over towards ramp. Even if he's not zoned in on the upper bomb site, maybe it's outside, but just keep him away from coming to support the ramp room. So you only have the one player to worry about, but the kills from NBK and Alex are the ones that really sealed it. Because then Freeman in his head starts thinking, all right, now I have to rotate to the upper bomb site, I have to start heading over towards ladder, and that's exactly when the ramp attack hit.
So Vitality once again trying to chop down the money trees of ViCi. With the saved AK-47, Alman can drop for Advent just $1,800 to his name, so it's going to be enough for a Kevlar and some nades.
God, that money disappears so fast for the CT side. They had to have felt so comfortable before that round hit. And with such a clean victory by Vitality, they're the ones that have some cash in the bank. There's a great pick from Apex. Zoking, a little bit blind, just walks right into it. Smoke goes down and door to neutralize any more damage taken from that position, but a good amount of damage has already been done. 5-on-4 for Vitality.
Creates an entrance that they can't quite get through yet. There's a smoke blocking the door. Of course, as ever, from a CT's perspective, losing a player early on, not only does that take more grenades off the collective utility belt, but additionally it thins you out somewhere on the map. And at this stage, they just have the one player in ramp again, which is going to be all Freeman. Speaking of which, Molotov goes out, so he doesn't have too much now to stop a push. Setting up nades for outside is MBK.
Now, Alman can get a good amount of information from this, so it shouldn't force too many rotations if he decides to peek up. But at the moment, he's waiting to see if anyone's going to aggress. It has pulled Kaze, who's up in heaven. It has pulled his attention away from that upper bomb site. Really left Advent feeling alone. There's no counter nades to slow this down. Kaze's back, so two-man hit, two-man defense. Here, Apex is caught looking up. Advent has to do more, has to stay alive, but his teammate is down, and that's all on him.
And too many angles for him to watch. Multiple players coming around from his left-hand side. And Alman not for the first time left in a horrific position where saving really does seem the only option. That AK is becoming a bit of an antique in his hands at this stage.
Yeah, he's happens sometimes as the ramp player, and he's going to go down. The antique is taken away. 2 rounds for Vitality. They've matched their total from the Greyhound game just yesterday. Got to be feeling good there. Got to admire the confidence to get shut down that hard on a half of this map and still be able to say, you know what, we're much better than what we showed on it. Let's go back to it.
Well, exactly. It kind of goes back to that whole idea as well, that you probably learn more from a loss than you do a win. And sure, they ended up coming back, but on their T side they took a huge L on that one. So go back, find out where the gaps were, where the weaknesses were, and try and fix them as best as you can. And it looks like they're very likely to get more than 2 rounds, considering that ViCi now have pretty much nothing to play with. A P250 and a flash. That's it.
Apex under a lot of pressure. That's going to make ZywOo want to get more aggressive to help him out, but he's dinked as well. Fine work with the pistols from ViCi. Ooh, and they even push and get one more. The bomb is out here as well. That's a bit scary. NBK comes. He's going to turn the corner, but there's one coming back from the long angle. He's held him at bay, and now he has the bomb. He can back away slowly or do his best at the very least. He's surely going to clear this out. He knows there was one more. Great round from NBK.
A bit of a horror story to start things off, but the nerves have been settled now, the tension relieved somewhat. Omen, USP, not going to get anything done. Vitality will move to a 3rd round. However, ViCi will have a bye coming up right now. Kaze, again, interestingly, is prioritizing the AUG over the AWP.
I think it's mostly just because the money's in a sticky situation, right? Not even sure. I don't even think he would have been able to get the AWP, even if it was glass cannon. But he did have it in the previous gun rounds. Maybe something we see him bring out later if they can establish their economy a little bit stronger. ZywOo as well, the other AWPer on Vitality. Sticking with the AK so far in this. If you're just joining us, you missed a thrilling map 1 on Inferno. Triple overtime victory for Vitality. This is a series to decide which of these 2 teams qualifies and moves on to the Legends stage. That begins next week. The 2-1 teams going head-to-head.
And as you can see, the dot just below Vitality's name is a map win on Inferno. ViCi gonna have to repel another set play by the looks of things outside. There is a player down in secret, though. But he's been Molotov'd out. That was Orman.
And that's new. He didn't have that in his face last time when Vitality just threw this fake. So that'll be a piece of information that he can utilize Apex on his own. Ooh, clear to the right. That's a tough angle. He does actually look there, and he does convert the kill. 12 HP left. Now the lower bomb site under attack. Kaze commits to that fight, and it crumbles again.
Not really enough damage or nades to justify a retake in this round, but Zoking is going to go for it all the same.
It's a firing squad through the door as well. That's no fun.
That would be a guaranteed execution for Zoking if he moved through that. And Alex is going to watch for the wraparound. A good call, this one.
The fact that he has to worry about that, though, they might pass by his vision. He's given up his position now. They're going to be able to double peek him, but he narrows the angle that he can fight with. A teammate arriving. They still haven't seen the second player. They still haven't seen Advent watching the stairs behind. There is a player coming here. ZywOo's going to come up the top. Actually gets a little bit of damage. He was prepared for it. And Apex going to assassinate. Smoke and flames keep Zoking away from the assist, and NBK at the last second with the pistol. They take all the guns out of the hands of ViCi, and I imagine for that next buy round, we'll see a timeout for the defense.
It certainly would seem so, because all 4 of ViCi's rounds have came off the back of the pistol. Since the rifles have really been in play, it's all been Vitality. They've picked up 5 on the bounce.
NBK leading the way as well. 10-4 for him in the early stages of this game, leading the whole server.
Oh, 4 on the bounce, pardon me. 4-4. I got ahead of myself there. Although it should be 5-4, considering the buy for ViCi at least.
Well, it's a nice shot with the pistol, and Apex falls, takes a bunch of fall damage onto 16 health. So you imagine he's going to turn into a lurker, watch the flank, not going to be involved in the early action. That's okay. As you mentioned, weaker weapons for the CT side. Alex and the rest of Vitality should have no issues finding some of these kills. Controlling outside, utilizing the long range with their AKs. But it's actually a pretty decent amount of information that ViCi has gotten. They've cleared out lobby, they've cleared out ramp room. They know the last place remaining is the lower bomb site, which is the probable goal for Vitality, and they have a decent stack here, actually. This could be tricky.
Freeman's landed some pretty tasty 1-deeks as well throughout this best of 3. Has landed one there, but it's not enough. And Zoking couldn't help him out. So Vitality will indeed pick up their 5th. And it's starting to get a little bit worrisome for ViCi. Need to pump the brakes here and change something up. Kaze will have an AWP.
It's not bad. I mean, if you're getting wiped off the map on your defensive side, go back to that weapon that you were doing so well with on Inferno, especially on the CT side of Inferno. We'll see what he's got with it this time. Heading in towards Mini, wants to go for a pick in the squeaky door. You'd imagine it's blown open. He's looking for someone, and is Vitality going to lose their focus? Nades in the hands, no one's even considering this. They have to know the door is blown over, but Kaze is going to give up the angle. That is a dirty angle in and of itself, but he can't build up upon it. It's up on top of the hut. Zoking going to get some work done. 3 kills for him, saving the round, bringing it back into the favor of ViCi, and then just finishing it off with a 4th. Nice recovery for Zoking.
Yeah, I started to think when Kaze dropped into the vent that they missed their opportunity there on Squeaky, but you can't fault Zolking for just destroying everybody that comes through the huts. Triple spray in the end for the man. Bomb dropped out too. Single-handedly takes the round and makes it ViCi Gaming's.
Yeah, that's good stuff. That position can be so difficult to clear out, especially coming out of the hut. The person you normally see clear on top is coming at a squeaky door and taking a wider angle on it. Either way, Vitality got a great amount of rounds for this early in their T side of Nuke. They also have a very nice amount of money. And ViCi's starting to respond. First with a nice off shot, but this is so fast. There's no way anyone expects that. I think there's even a flashbang from the roof to keep him blind. Kaze's up the vent though. They have a solid defense here, but it just gets steamrolled at the last second. ViCi, this map, they look a little bit confused or lost of where their opposition could be. And great trades, great responses for Vitality throughout.
And the nightmare has become a reality for ViCi. Finally win a round after 5 in a row, instantly reset.
That's a hard reset.
Oh yeah, the hardest.
Now, I mean, the round they won, they had players survive, so it's not super brutal on the amount of money. That's a very fast pace that NBK comes out with, though. Caution to the win the whole way, and just is just designed to get that first kill. All he needs to do, he's put himself in a position where that 1 kill is the only thing that matters, because more likely than not, he's going to die immediately afterwards. But you can see the effect it has on the overall round. It gave his teammates a much easier time getting into that upper bomb site. Forces the rest of the defense into awkward positions, awkward decisions. This one's starting to slip out of control for ViCi.
Absolutely is. Feel pressured to try and make some plays with their inferior weapons. But again, going back to the epic comeback that Vitality had, it was their CT side that was impenetrable, that looked so solid. And that is yet to come. ViCi in all kinds of trouble right now.
Heading into this map, Almond and Freeman hadn't lost an opening duel.
That's pretty crazy. That hasn't saved ViCi.
Yeah, I mean, you have to imagine that it didn't hold over 2 maps. To do it in 1 map is pretty incredible.
Yeah. And unfortunately, even with that statistic, they still lost the first map, so...
Yeah, that one hurts as well.
Yeah. They've got the stats back in them, but not the actual map itself.
13,000 on Apex and Alex. They are rich.
MBK again, leading by example, 12-7 with 102 ADR. Sure, Zaiwu definitely picked up the slack towards the end, but MBK, the early to mid stage of that map, was really the go-to guy. He
said yesterday on Valentine's Day that he was heading into that match against Vega in the mood to do some lovemaking with them, and they did beat him 16-1. That's not even really close to lovemaking, to be completely honest. RPK with plenty of flashbangs. Alman has no idea. No, he does have an idea. RPK knew he was somewhere. Still a pretty sketchy fight, but Vitality's doing a good job of having a very fast pace to start the rounds, to get positioning, to find the opening kill, and then slowing it down from there, waiting for ViCi to make the information play or the mistake in the rotation that really lets them have an easy time.
They're really distorting what ViCi are trying to establish in terms of their setups by getting someone outside here in the form of Alex. It keeps Kaze in two minds. He's not entirely sure where to aim, but nobody was covering Secret, so he will get the freebie onto RPK. And in doing so, ViCi now have the player advantage. They desperately need to convert this opportunity. They may not get many more.
Alex is still a pretty big danger man outside. Had control of warehouse the whole time. That's the part of the map that ViCi has the least information.
Heavy B presence from the Asian team. Freeman finds two. Tags up ZywOo, finishes off what he started onto Apex, and it's looking great now for ViCi. Alex making moves outside, finally joins the rest of his team, but that's just to his demise. 6-7. ViCi trying to take a lead going through into the second half.
That's a great round from Freeman, dinking both players and then cleaning them up afterwards. No one having eyes behind the silo. Even if Freeman wasn't to get those kills, Kaze was ready to come in with some teamwork immediately afterwards. You see him break the window right at the end of that clip. He was ready to get into the action.
So ViCi dipping into their pockets and pulling out what they can. Is this going to be a UMP for Advent? Zoking again. Got 3 kills from an identical position earlier. ViCi will be hoping for more of the same, but now they're going to change up the tempo again. Vitality, aggressive outside, 3 players strong. Smokes accompanying it. Not going for the classic smoke wall, but instead more aggressive. And Alman has to just stand there and wait. Find out the information from the rest of his teammates. Now the smoke is going to start to clear, and the headshot will follow. But Alex had already moved far too close for comfort.
Yeah, so many players outside getting in different positions. It's hard to build up into a double kill. Kaze now going to hold on. There's one in warehouse. He misses that shot. Apex heavily tagging him up, and now he just walks out into the open. Apex is lucky to be alive in that situation. Meanwhile, NBK and RPK haven't been able to find an opening. NBK now swinging wide in towards mid. He's got the first, but there's so many. There's a second up top. 4 HP. He can do this. It's going to be so difficult. He needs immediate headshots, and both of his options are covered by the players from ViCi.
Yeah, but time is scarce, and the bomb is out of control. Plus the headshot angle on Freeman is not going to be an easy one coming around that corner, so MBK decides instead to try and play on the A site itself. Spots himself. Advent very unfortunate not to get the outright frag. Saves them up by the wall. Decides to re-pick, and NBK had the opportunity. Super nice try. Very unfortunate not to get it done, but ViCi hold on to a 7-7 score.
That's still a valuable performance by NBK in the sense that, you know, he's as the last one left, he takes out 3 players. No money being built up on the CC side still. Still going to be a haggard buy. There's only 1 round left, so in the long term, it doesn't mean a whole lot, but it might take some nades. It's certainly going to take some kits away from some of the players on the ViCi side of things, and you never know, as we saw in Inferno down the stretch, which detail is going to be the most costly one. No nades on Kaze. UMP still on Advent. No cash to upgrade that, and only 2 kits.
And the few Molotovs they had have already been expended. Alman gonna have to take some damage if he wants to scamper back down Secret. Not a great deal of info either for the CTs, but they have found a kill in the form of Zoking onto MBK. Here comes the UMP spray. He's not gonna claim kills. ZywOo doubles up with a volley and an AWP. And Alman, oh, he's point blank range, spraying on the ladder, and he will be the gatekeeper to Vent and will not let them pass.
Well, you don't see that every day. ViCi win the last 2 rounds of this half to give themselves a 1-round lead, 8-7, but that was a very nice TF put together, powered by a 7-1 run in the middle stretch. We're going to go to a break. When we get back, we'll have the conclusion of map 2. With a victory in this map, in this second half, Vitality can secure their place in the legend stage of the major next week. ViCi is leading 8-7. Just having their defensive side. Here's Alman having a nice little stretch. Doesn't even see the second kill. That's always the best one to get.
It sure is, and of course the accuracy is so incredibly terrible on the ladder. There's no other way you're going to get 3 kills within point-blank range in that position.
Oh, here we go, Vince. This is fast-paced. ZywOo's going to slow it down, though. Immediate headshot, and Alex gets the follow-up. Gaze can't even get out of the hut, and it's over. Just like that, Vitality secure the second pistol round. But remember that stat from the first map. When losing the pistol round, ViCi have responded with a second round win 100% of the time in this challenger stage.
And we doubted it, and we were shut up very quickly.
We did doubt it a little bit, didn't we?
And they came straight out and got it done. And the thing is, as well, you know, going on to the CT side, Vitality looks so good here before. ViCi are going to need it. They're going to need that 100% to continue.
Yeah.
Otherwise, this could just escalate out of control real fast.
I think it's going to end, though. I don't even think they're going to fight for it.
Glocks.
Yeah, they're just going Glocks. Which is fair. You know, on a map like Nuke, where obviously I think Vitality, this being their pick, they're going to be a bit more experienced on it. And you could see from the CT side, Vitality not really secure, not really as on point with some of their rotations. Just get the rifles out as quick as possible so you can at least have a fair fight.
So this full Glock train is moving towards ramp, but it has already been derailed by ZywOo. And his MP9, he's going to double up. This is all money towards his AWP fund, of course. Not a player you really want to feed kills to. Advent, in the meanwhile, is going to be found by Apex. And the round comes to a brisk conclusion. Vitality will retake the lead.
Yep, 9-8. NBK with 16, ZywOo with 15. On the ViCi side of things, they're being led at the moment by Freeman and Alman, both with 14 frags. And actually, Vitality not going to upgrade some of those weapons, prioritizing their economy in this third round of the second half, saying we'll play around with SMGs, and if we can upgrade those to AK-47s, then we're setting ourselves up for a very nice second half.
It's a potential opportunity, though, for ViCi. They get in those long-range skirmishes. Things could get interesting. Of course, you're expecting Alex and NBK to play where the MP9 is at its most dangerous, and that's up close and personal. Just the one orc. And hear it tapping in the distance. Zo King gets tagged up through the smoke on his approach to Secret. Unfortunately, he wasn't a couple seconds quicker, otherwise that grenade would have certainly put shrapnel into his kneecaps.
Well, that's a beautiful nade. This is a good amount of pressure applied to that. Oh, that's going to do work if you're just trying to jump down. ZywOo's going to go for a repeat, ill-advised. NBK's waiting behind the smoke, and he's actually spammed down just by a bit of a guess from ViCi. NBK at 1 health. But great pressure applied to ramp and the secret stairs all at the same time. And now with so much worry on the lower bomb site, the upper one is susceptible to a hit.
They have just rotated 2 players through vents, though, but Katowice there, laid in wait, puts his AK to use, and Apex, the second of the players, has been found. But RPK gonna stand tall for one. Here comes the MP9. It's the 1 HP dream for NBK. Won't be happening this time around, and you could argue a bit of greed comes in for Vitality, not wanting to upgrade their weapons, and it has cost them. They do concede the round.
I don't mind that decision. I think you just have to look at ViCi and say that is a great mid-round call. You have just postured so much like you're going to pinch lower from Secret and from Ramp Room, and you go to the other bomb site, and you could see even 2 players coming up vent. It's a tough location to make work. Alex just waiting for that. Apex has already gotten into the corner, and they still check it, which is probably frustrating for Apex. He's just like, come on, you just killed Alex in the same spot. You would never expect 2 people there. Timeout for ViCi as well, as they need to win this second round. They need to build upon that 1 win. They have the money for Vitality at the breaking point. Everyone on Vitality at $300 or less. So it's a perfect chance for ViCi to at least give themselves some leg to stand on this T side.
Saw a stat there about MBK. It's crazy to me to think that he's still that young. He's been around CS for so long.
It is weird, isn't it? It's
24.
the same. It's the same with the Astralis guys.
That's mad.
Because they all started competing on the pro circuit, 4 or 5 years ago, all like the age of 17, 18.
Yeah. At just 24, he's been through so much in Counter-Strike.
He's won pretty much everything there is to win.
Rapid descent, though, by Allman down the vents. Alex can't get 2 with the FAMAS. 1 kill could be good enough, but will Vitality expect him to be in this sort of a position already in control room?
That is a great question. I don't even know if they realize he's there, which could be deadly. MBK is going to have a big job to do in ramp room. And with that player at window, you can't even just give up ramp room and fall back safely. You have to just stand and fight.
MBK decides going down ramp could suggest that they do know he's down there. I mean, they would have seen that the vents have been popped at the very least.
I'm assuming they're going to go down the vents to meet up with that player in lower. Otherwise, he's kind of worthless in this round. We'll see how it goes. Allman's going to start flanking. Okay, so they just pull attention away from ramp room. They force MBK into a rotation, and Allman's going to come up. ZywOo has an angle. He'll not expect this. The question is, can ViCi just pause, not take any damage until Allman can be in play?
A jump scare for ZywOo. Oh, but he's got a second Allman. As Apex on the periphery has also met his demise, leaving RPK 1-on-3 with sub 30 seconds to stall. There's no way he's going to stop this bomb plant. It's already on B with Freeman.
This is 2 very nice mid-round calls from ViCi. In this round, they had the extra benefit of the fact that Vitality couldn't bring a lot of nades to fight here. In this round number 19, RPK. Ooh, he would love to save that up. He spotted Freeman right at the last second. Definitely saw the head there. He just wants to get away, but he knows he might have to fight for it. Finds the right timing, and there's actually one outside. He's not prepared for that. Almost gets the USP out in time. What a round from Allman. Great patience. Great flank.
Really cracking open the opportunities for the rest of his teammates to deliver on. Plus that rotation up through ramp, taking the kill down to ZywOo, then getting a second. Definitely didn't anticipate that. And our Vitality, as you mentioned in the previous round, at the start, they had all their money spent, and as a result, they're into an eco.
That one hurts. Winning that pistol, winning that second round, had to have felt like they could just kind of steamroll this second half and get into the legend stage without having to worry too much. ZywOo completely blind, you can see with that smoke and the flashbangs and the nades. ViCi doesn't even have to consider Mini a danger. Everyone running in, looking to the left, and that's a quick wipeout. Nice little uppercut to the upper bomb site.
And all things considered, this is a cracking start for ViCi. This is a half we thought they may struggle on. They've broken the economy after losing the pistol. They've come back with 2 consecutive rounds. Now a third.
Yeah, quite nice. Really good to see from ViCi. And I mean, part of the reason we figured they'd be a little bit underprepared and is certainly on a map like Nuke, where you don't get to play against some of the top tier. I mean, they're already limited in the amount of top tier competition they can have, but on this map, even some of the top teams don't like playing it. So, one thing to note, ViCi have 0 flash assists so far on Nuke. They had quite a lot on Inferno. Maybe not as well prepared on those upper bomb site being attacked very swiftly. RPK gives up his position, goes for the repeak. NBK can't get there in time to support him. And one more time, very quickly, the round's already over. ZywOo's forced forward. He's got 1, he's got a second. 2 players from ViCi haven't even entered into the bomb site to help out.
The ruthless aggression maybe ran out of steam. Can see the ankle protruding around the corner. And ZywOo is going to pick up another one. Allman, 1-on-3. Found Alex, just catches him completely unaware, but doesn't have enough health to realistically clutch the round out. And Apex, he's going to get it back on track for Vitality. That was looking incredibly rough.
I don't even know how that Vitality's able to win that one. I think ViCi maybe thought the same thing I did. They got those first 2 entries so quick and so clean that they were just like, yep, round's over, we have the bomb site. They can't really do anything to get in. We still had Mini smoked off. And ZywOo just able to come in. It's just 1 spot, but you can see there's only 2 players in the actual bomb site itself. One had just fallen, and the other 2 players not there to support any one of them. They just needed 1 set of eyes on heaven. One thing to slow ZywOo down. So out come ViCi again, and we're going to see a repeat performance of
An aggressive play taking shape. Doesn't look like it. Orman decides to go on the roof instead. Can hop across to the silo and get some eyes outside. Some presence. Gonna try and scout out the CTs. Meanwhile, Alex has made a move through secret, but it's just the UMP, so typically you'd like to have an AUG, you'd like to have an M4, even an AWP can come down in this position and shoot across the red container. He's going to have to play a lot more passive. If he peeks up, the UMP is almost useless. So he decides to back away.
NBK's been tested quite a bit in ramp room early on in this T-half. Another one here, that Molotov, I think it just got out in time to at least do some damage, and yeah, they can't turn the corner. A very timely Molotov is going to buy him a deep breath and able to fall back and turtle into the lower bomb site. But that's not where they're going. And now Vitality has no idea if they're still in ramp room. This flank could be massive.
Oh, Zaiwu though, his spidey sense was tingling. He'd read the script. And Blinken, you'd have missed it at the end. Vitality just line them up and knock them down.
Yeah, but they've put themselves a couple rounds in position to have a pretty devastating attack, and it's actually very cool seeing them work their way across these maps as a unit with some of their mid-round decisions. That time, Vitality just able to get the jump on all of them in Hut. Good round from RPK anchoring that bomb site. (11-11). Timeout for ViCi. They've lost 2 in a row. They could force up here if they wanted to, but I think more than likely it's going to be a small buy with pistols.
It would definitely make the most sense. It would afford them AKs and a healthy dose of what they want in the next round, but also give them a little bit of potency in this one too.
You can tell a bit of unease for ViCi though on Nuke. On Inferno, we saw them much more aggressive with these half buys in terms of the utility they're also bringing with it, spending a little bit more cash. It feels like on here on Nuke, you know, the save in the second round especially, that they just said, you know what, we just want the AKs. Not feeling as creative and as effective with those rounds, perhaps.
Rather play it safe. In terms of this round, though, it is going to be another rush, and it's the bomb going in first. We've seen this quite a few times already. The idea, of course, is to vent dive and get a quick plant on the B side. But there's no chance that they were going to let that happen, Vitality. And now NBK is going to get forced, runs out of bullets, runs out of life. But Vitality have been so smashed on their approach that none of them are particularly healthy. It should be a pretty easy pick-off. Zoking, though, has got another one. This is going to make the round a bit more interesting now. This is up for debate.
The position Apex in, the real problem is the bomb being dropped, and we'll get back to that after this round is over. Because there's a reason why the bomb went in solo through the door. It did look a little bit silly, especially now that they've found some success, but can't really do anything with it. And this is all that Vitality has to do. They're in very great positions, especially considering the HP of the ViCi players. No one's really working together, but it's all right in a round like this. You have Lobby and Squeaky Door covered, you have Mini covered, you have Heaven covered, and Apex is just going to end it. All 3 kills. So the bomb goes alone at the door. If it gets in towards vent, the real purpose of that is as soon as that bomb gets in vent, if it's spotted by those defenders in the upper bomb site, the immediate call is bomb went down vents. That means the ramp player is the first one to rotate over down the ramp, and he's there to stop that plan. He's there to prevent him from getting into the bomb site and planting the bomb safely. Now, 3 players at the same time for ViCi are rushing ramp because they want to get behind that one player that drops so quickly, and if there's a mistiming on the defensive rotation and no one covers ramp fast enough, that can be a free kill. And then all of a sudden, there's a possibility you have the bomb planted, you have a weapon recovered, and you have control of ramp room.
Sounded great in theory. Unfortunately, he wasn't able to get it done. But 12-11 now, Vitality lead. ViCi have a very healthy dosage of AK-47s. Full grenades apart from Zoking, who's already expended what little he brought into the round. But similar to Inferno, this very much could go down to the wire. Vitality haven't quite been as rock solid as we were anticipating on their CT side. They have had a couple of hiccups.
That smoke will make you curious. Molotov for RPK's position. Here they go. Oh, great flashbangs through this. And yeah, Apex going to switch spots, but he's going to get caught. Great upper take. Can they hold it for the post plant?
That Molotov was so massive. It completely neutralized RPK. 4-on-3 retake. Vitality, they're going to have to battle through a storm to get this one going in their direction.
I don't think they're going to go for it.
I think they decided it was just a little bit too powerful.
It was too quick. No chance to get any kind of position, and it's really difficult to kind of work up the courage to climb up that heaven ladder. That can be spotted when you get to the top of it by ViCi players inside the site. So here they are, giving up the round. MBK kind of need to keep this gun, be a little bit careful. He's going to commit to that fight now, just fall away. Not bad at all. Alex is going to be able to drop, so is Iwu. Alex going to hide as well. 2 weapons taken away from ViCi after the fact, but they are staying in this. They are hanging in so well. 12-12.
Yeah, credit to them. Any doubts about whether that mentally they would be completely brutalized after that last map have well and truly been put to rest. They are here to fight until the bitter end. What's up for grabs is a place in the group stage of the major. And Vitality have all the advantages going in their direction, but ViCi can pull this back. There again is the Molotov that we saw implemented yesterday that is designed to screw with the wall of smokes outside. But it doesn't seem like ViCi are interested in pushing outside just yet. They're going to be forcing their will, imposing their will through on ramp side.
It would be cool to see how much damage NBK has done in this map with just nades. He's been very effective with his utility as he falls away. Iwu, he expects it. What a heads-up play. It's very easy to forget to check that wall. 2 players have rotated downstairs, though, Alex and NBK, so actually, this initial defense of the upper bomb site better be spot on because the rotations are going to be far off.
We're now getting down to the tense rounds where small mistakes can really pile up, cost you the map potentially. Freeman flashed out, but here comes RPK. Orc in hand, decapitates Kaze. And Freeman may be in for more, but he gets shut down from behind. Alex Double will give Vitality another round, but importantly, it's with all 5 players remaining intact. So their economy just got a nice little buffer as well.
That is super cool teamwork between, I think it was RPK and Apex inside of the site. As soon as that door opens, Apex tosses a perfect flashbang in towards the HUD. It blows up at the great spot for the choke point for the player who's actually going to attack the HUD, and RPK gets a free kill, and from there, it's a one-pronged attack, and Fidelity can just crunch on it. Back to Glocks for ViCi. They get reset. They won round 24, they lose round 25, and they've got nothing. And that is brutal this late in the game. Without a plant in this round, even the next round purchase is going to be scrappy.
King attempts to secure main, but he will not have any success today. Vitality, in the meanwhile, will romp to a 14-12 lead. Anticipated, of course, because of a lack of a buy, but as you touched on there, Moses, it doesn't really get a great deal better in this round either.
No, but I think they're going to fight with what they have. It's that idea of just, you know, you have to fight to prevent Vitality from getting to 15. Now, 3 rounds is the most insurmountable gap at 12-15. T-side nuke makes it obviously much more difficult. But they could have chosen to save here instead. 3 AKs, a Galil, a UMP, probably just for the utility because they don't have much. Here we go, fast pace towards the upper bomb, so they gotta run through plants to do it, but they have an opening. Alex isn't looking. Oh, but he can't convert. Apex, RPK, and Zaiwu, all with kills. That round was on the verge of turning in the favor of ViCi, but Vitality just shut it down at the perfect moment, and now backs against the wall.
Yeah, I mean, from Vitality's perspective, that probably felt a little bit telegraphed as well. ViCi have had a bit of success when it's coming to all-out A rushes.
Are we gonna be back on camera?
RPK holds the line. Vitality, 3 match points, 3 progression points. They win any of these, they go through to the group stage.
Exactly. I mean, this is a lot of hard work that goes into them. Remember, I mean, there's a story upon a story here for this Vitality team. There's that very public split between NBK and Shocks and the theory of who wants to be the in-game leader and who knows best how to play the game. A lot of pride within the French scene. And on top of that, just spending a lot of time outside of being considered one of the top squads to compete in these tournaments. So this Vitality team, they almost have a redemption arc going. 23 kills on RPK and ZywOo, 20 kills on Apex and NBK.
It's a great way of putting it as well, Jason, that this really does feel like a story of redemption to an extent, Vitality. Some of these players, the likes of RPK, NBK, they've been around for so long.
I mean, the French scene in itself has just had a massive drop-off in terms of placements, in terms of performance. I think this would be a huge accomplishment and a huge victory for the French players on this team.
Especially seeing as G2 seemingly are going to crash and burn, it would seem.
It's looking likely, isn't it?
Not quite yet, but could be coming up shortly. That being said, Vitality, 3 rounds to get it done. Zoking's already taken a chunk of damage to his name, just has a Tech 9. There's only one primary gun here, and that's the UMP. Apart from that, it's all pistols. Now, when the A-Rush has just been completely squashed, where do ViCi go?
I think they're going to go back to upper, but I think they're going to delay it. In the previous round, a couple times they've attacked this upper bomb site. They've done it so fast, they're running through the Molotovs. I think they want to prevent that from happening. You can see Alman outside on the roof through the X-ray, lining up smokes. Molotov, and here we go.
More of the same, Apex. And as Zoking's head turns, it gets completely, cleanly cut off, as do the entirety of ViCi, and Vitality have done it. They'll move across to the group stage. ViCi, you've got to feel terrible for them after such a close Inferno, but they will get another chance.
They still continue to impress. That's the important part. I don't think anyone is looking at them now and saying, how the hell did they get to the 2 and